And welcome back to the channel. Look who we have. The one and only. You guys, I know you guys missed the mailman on the channel. I know you guys. This is full.
What up?
But he drove down because there's a car event happening this weekend. And it's been a minute since we've seen this car in person, yo. They keep pressuring me because we haven't driven the ST in so long. And this man right over there
in California
is saying it's not focusing. I don't know why it's not focusing. This man's telling me to bring it out. I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
This fool barely drives his car. It's only right his boy is down with his other ST, man. It's only right, right?
I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know. I'll think about it. I still have a day, so we'll see. I don't know. I guess it would be cool.
Comment ST in the chat right now. ST in the chat.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would be a cool little vibe. Just look at you. Almost hitting the curb. Technically, you are on the curb. This fool. Look at him. But guys, I need to point this out. Jose hasn't had tent since I've known him. So the fact that he has tent right now is actually amazing.
He got the same floors I got in the house.
Dang, man. No way. No way.
Don't touch my chunkless.
No way you wear these, bro. These fools come out the house with his toes out.
How white my feet are, bro?
No freaking way. Don't let me see you this weekend with your toes out, bro.
I'll send you a Snapchat.
No freaking way. That's crazy. You know, I make fun of people who walk outside with the toes out.
I don't do it on a regular, bro.
Look at him, bro.
I just go stand my feet. Chill, bro. I got him like a week ago.
Hey, yo.
That's crazy.
Tan my toes, man. They're hella white. They don't match the rest of my skin tone.
Alright, so this is going to be part 2 of working on Drew's car. Reason being is because last video we did the fuel pump. Now we cut it off because we wanted to make a part 2, just keep you guys engaged. So what we have to do today is we have to wire in his pedal to the ECU. I'm gonna let you kind of explain it because I'm just the wiring guy. I don't really know the details.
So basically, we're running a drive-by-wire setup, and what that is, if you look over here on the engine, there isn't a cable. There's no cable that pulls the throttle body to open and close it, right? So we have a drive-by-wire motor, which is basically going to talk to our ECU. So we have a drive-by-wire here on the intake manifold. We have the ECU, and then we also have our pedal. So everything kind of has like a Bluetooth system in a way, and everything has a harness. So we already wired our drive-by-wire from the intake manifold to our ECU. So now what we're doing, we're just gonna do that same thing from the pedal to the ECU, so that way everything can be in sync. Because what happened when we had Danny, my tuner, remoted in, and he was gonna tune everything and just try to, see the pedal movement, all that stuff, he couldn't see our pedal movement because we didn't wire that to the ECU. So again, everything is kind of like Bluetooth talking to each other, so that's what we're doing today. We're just basically completing the circuit in a sense. So. But
the thing is, we don't really have, well, I don't know, I guess we started to test it, but we're not sure if we have accurate like schematics for like the pedals and all that stuff. So this we have this
diagram. So this, I know it's probably hard to see on camera maybe, but all this right here is going to be the sensor that goes to the pedal. So you can see like that would click into there. So what we have to do, we have to grab, I think it's just 2 wires. I want to say it's like analog in and like a 5 volt or something like that. And then just run that over to the ECU. And then when we do that again, when Danny gets in there again, that means he'll be able to calibrate our pedal movement. So he'll say, go all the way to the floor, and then he can put that at 100% once I'm all the way down. So that's pretty much what we're doing today. But I think, the first mission is to figure out if this pin out is correct, to see, okay, this one's 5 volt, this one's analog, etc. So I think that's our mission right now.
So by the end of this, once we get this car started and the swap is running good and stuff, if you guys want to 2JZ swap your 370Z, hit us up. You know what I mean? We're basically professionals at this point. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then we got the mailman. He's just here for more support.
I'm looking at.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
All right, guys. So it's been a couple hours. We've been trying to figure this out. So we have it all written down. And to be honest with you,
I'll explain it.
Yeah, I'll let you explain it because it's in my head. I was telling him, it don't make sense, but stuff like this that's complicated makes more sense in my head. So when I go to explain it, that's why it doesn't make sense, because it's complicated in my head and it makes sense to me, but it don't make sense when I explain it. So I'll just let you explain what he got going on.
So basically, it looks super weird, but there's 2 sides. So this is the harness side of the pedal, right? So the connector that would connect into the pedal, the gas pedal that is. And then the other side right here is the actual ECU, so the pin out. So the first one on the pedal side is going to be terminal 1. That's just what it's called. And it's an input signal, which is also an analog. And that's going to go to the pin number 31 on the ECU. So that's going to go there, which is a analog in. So yeah, it just goes there. Second one, terminal 2, which is a ground. And also terminal 4, which is a ground on the pedal side, is going to go to 27L, which is power ground. So both of those pins are actually going to the same thing. The next one, terminal 3, input signal analog. That one's going to pin number 4 on the ECU, which is analog number 2. So all of that is done. And then the last two, terminal 5, which is a power supply, that's going to pin number 26. And then terminal 6, which is also another power supply, is going to pin number 34. So it sounds super confusing, but again, there's just two sides. So when you think about it like that, it's not that bad. But yeah, you just have a connector side for the pedal, and then you have the actual ECU that you're wiring it to. So.
Wait, show them the
screenshot?
Yeah, I don't know. The reason why I'm going to show it is just for anybody that not necessarily needs to do the same exact thing, but needs to know like what is what on their pedal plug. So this is basically what that is. So if you unplug your pedal connector, this is what you're going to see. So you'll see a pink, violet, red, white, light blue, and then gray. And this is literally what it is. So input signal, ground, and then 5 volts and 5 volts. So again, that's
370Z only.
Yeah, 370Z only.
350Z is the same thing, but like the sensors are different colors and they're in different areas.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is only 370Z.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know if it's even G37. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Who knows?
370Z, just to play it safe.
But for future reference, for not only this but anything, whenever you're in a car, because the car is pretty much the only thing that you'll see this in. Whenever it says 5 volts, do not, and I repeat, do not put 12 volts to a 5 volts because you will fry the circuit. You can only put 5 volts to a 5 volt circuit. So again, that's just for future reference, not only for this or for like anything you guys do in your cars. For like just a random fact. So like you know how you guys have backup cameras. So if whenever like you're installing a stereo system and like you want to retain the backup cameras are for the most part always going to be 5 volts. You cannot supply 12 volts to that because you will fry the camera. It will no longer work. So just future reference. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take care of this. It sounds confusing. Again, even when he was explaining it, it was going in one ear and out the other. I wasn't paying attention just because, like I said, in my head it sounds more complicated than it actually is, and it works. It makes sense to me. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Can't really explain it.
It makes it easier too because on the pedal, since I'm not putting this car back to like stock per se, right? Don't tell California. But we're cutting the harness off of the like chassis harness, I guess you could say, as far as the pedal. So on the pedal, on the back of it, there's a sensor that there's a plug that goes into. So we're cutting that off. So we'll actually be able to have this outside of the car. So that way, like, we can wire it to, what we need to accordingly. So it's not going to be hard at all. Again, it sounds crazy, but it's going to be super easy. I don't like wiring, and like this makes sense to me. So that should say something.
All right, so we got it all wired up. Engine swaps be like, this is literally creating our own harness.
Basically.
Literally what it is, yeah. So this is the plug, just for reference. This is the plug that plugs into your gas pedal, as you guys can see from that diagram that we showed you earlier. I don't know why it's not, it focused? Not really. Well, yeah, so this is the plug that goes on your gas pedal, and then we just cut that off to a respectable, length, and then we just, connected our own wire. So all of this is running to the ECU. So we have the 5 volts right here that goes to the ECU. Then we have input 1, input 2, and then we just have our ground. And that's it. All right, guys. So it's actually crazy because I feel like a wiring specialty right now. Like a specialist, I should say.
You basically are.
Bro, it's crazy because like we really made our own harness, and like I'm pinning like a harness, like the harness connector, so that to
the ECU.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a crazy feeling. I feel like I'm making this car kind of. Anyways,
what are you trying to say, bro?
No. I'm just saying it's crazy,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have so this is our 5 volts. So there's 2 that we're pinning. Well, no, 1 that we're pinning, but there's 2 that we need, right? So I pinned 1. It didn't have a pin, but we already tested it on this end. So it's this one right here. So of course it's showing ground right now, but as soon as you click on the,
I have to get the key.
You have to get the key.
Let me get the key over it. Sorry. Got that. Okay.
And we're good to turn it on, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna So you guys saw how it was negative. Then we pop it on, and it is. Oh, it doesn't show. It doesn't show a.
It doesn't beep or
It
anything.
doesn't beep because it's low voltage, but
but it says 5 volts.
it says
You
5
see?
volts right there. Yeah.
They can see it. Yeah. 5
Yeah.
volts.
So you guys know it's 5 volts, obviously, because it says 5 volts, and also the harness is not connected, so that shows that the ECU is actually sending that out. So it's output, not an input, right? So we pinned that, and that's going to the pedal. And then there's another one we're going to connect to, but we don't have to pin it because there's already a, what do you call it, a wire here. And it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's this blue one right here. So this red one's going to go to this blue one, and then this black one's going to go to ground, which is one of these brown ones. And then these are going to be our inputs. So one is going to go to, what is it again? I forgot.
The analog.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, analog. So
analog, I think 30
yeah.
something.
So one's going to go to analog 2. And then the other one is gonna go to analog 1, yeah. And then this is literally gonna be done, and this is gonna be this fool's pedal.
And which is crazy because I was saying this is the hardest part for me, at least, and just really not even just for me, but just in general though. Think about it, like you are creating a harness and stuff. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's actually a really big portion of this. You know.
So as soon as we get done with this, we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Don't try stripping like that at home, kids, unless you because if not, you'll strip one of these little copper wire things. But yeah, so we're pretty much done. Once we do this, we gotta plug it into the pedal and start it.
Hey, yeah. I wish, bro. Nah, a couple more days and waiting for some stuff to get in the mail, and then you will see 2 370Z NISMOs together cruising around, bro. I promise you'll see so much content on that. It's crazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are complete with wiring the pedal up to the ECU. So I left it kind of exposed because I told you that I don't feel comfortable with just wiring this up to the ECU without putting a fuse, even though these are 5 volts. I don't want like anything to happen because it's going straight to the ECU. So if anything happens, it will fry this, and obviously that won't be good because it's expensive. So we're gonna leave it exposed for now. This is the slack that we have. We still have to plug it in on the other side to the pedal. Obviously want to leave slack just in case he ever has to pull this down. It's not like grabbing up there. We can't pull it down because of this. So we can always tuck this slack. But yeah, like I said, we just have to come back maybe tomorrow and just like put a fuse on both of these 5 volt lines. But yeah, pretty much done, complete. All that's left to do is just fix your fuel leak and then put those coil packs and then start it.
That's literally it, yeah. So yeah, coil packs and the fuel leak, which guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, well, I'll send Rob a video that he can put on the screen. But basically, this is my flex fuel sensor, right? And then this is an external fuel filter. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, so I basically plugged them in together, but I didn't have an O-ring here. So it was leaking pretty bad, I'd say. So yeah, I'm gonna put an O-ring here, and then I also bought some thread sealant. So Permatex thread sealant. That
I was actually. You think that's rated for fuel?
No, it is.
You sure?
Yeah, I looked online. Yeah, it is. It's rated for fuel. But yeah, this is this actually goes on the threads. So this goes on the threads. You put it in, screw it in, and tighten it down with the O-ring, of course. And then you let it cure for about 24 hours. So I'll probably do this tomorrow, and then over the weekend, just leave it out, and then we'll go ahead and install it again, and hopefully no leaks. But yeah, I think mainly it's just because it didn't have an O-ring. Because these sides are different because it's actually like a hose, like, screwing onto it. So it's different, like the fuel has to go in there. But since the threads are so short and like this goes in, there's nothing really to like stop it from leaking out of the threads. You know what I mean? Because when it was leaking out, it wasn't like shooting right out. It was like flinging out like from the threads. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I think once we have that O-ring and then that seal in it as well, it'll hold it in. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, and then the coil packs come, I think Saturday or Monday. So for sure next week, if the tuner's available, of course, like this car should be done.
Sounds like a plan. What do you think?
I'm gonna stay here till it stalls.
We'll say any last words?
He said he's gonna let me drive the ST.
Yeah, no, someone's gonna get in the way of it. You're gonna hit it.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited. I appreciate Robert, of course, man. You guys, Robert in the chat, bro. He for sure came through with that, man. Because I'm not good at wiring. Cool. I can wire, but I choose not to.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in my element when I'm doing this. I don't know.
I'm certified too.
Oh, you're certified.
Let me jump in there.
This fool. He had to park that bill real quick.
I gotta put that bill inside, man.
Actually, you know what? I meant to do this the other day, guys. Show me.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go put your keys up.
Hey,
Bro, I want that flag. I want to put it inside my garage.
you know they got it online.
What? I did it right here, man. We're gonna head and get something to eat, and then we're gonna call it a night. We're pretty much done. Again, the only thing we have to do with this car is fix a fuel leak, and then he has to get those coils, install that. And once we do that, this will be a complete car to start and drive. Full gonna have the base map going down the street.
Hey, Rob, where you at?
That's like a funny, man. That's so funny, bro. That's so funny.
I'm 100% driving this down the street, bro. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna find out, man.
But this is all that I have for you guys in this video. We have a weekend full of festivities. Today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, we have Saturday, and then Sunday. So we have the mailman here all weekend. And then of course we got, you know, the man with the red hat, the red car, and then now the red O.
Hey, man.
I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, stay safe, and stay tuned.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You